On this video today because you're a young person, you want success in your life, and you want some tips on how to get that success, how to get that money, how to have that happiness, and all the good things that come with life and being young. So I will tell you from first-hand experience, I am 23 years old. I've been able to build a real estate sales business for myself that has helped me do a lot of great things in my life. So I'm here to tell you today about what's worked for me. I'm not saying it's going to work for you. I'm not saying that it's the end all be all. This is just what's worked for me. So yeah, I started a real estate sales business at 19 years old. But the story before that is that I was a overweight, insecure guy who just was constantly hanging out with his friends and doing drugs all the time in high school. So, I came from being very lazy, unmotivated, not wanting to do my thing, not want to do anything, right? I just wanted to sit back and hang out all the time. And I had tried to lose weight, be better, and I just couldn't seem to hit the nail on the head. I would always try and fail and then just give up, And there was one point in my life where I just made a decision that from this day on, I am going to do what I have to do to make it work. And I will tell you from firsthand experience, what actually made me get up and do what I had to do was finding out what my wall was, or what I was running from, or, what motivates me. What's my why, right? The why is kind of the same as the wall. Why are you going to be successful? Why do you want money? Why do you want to be successful? And people talk to me about why, and, forever. Like, people were constantly saying, oh, you got to have a why on why you want money or why you want success. And I was like, for the longest time, it didn't make sense, right? But then I found my why. And my why was, I'm overweight. I have a beautiful girlfriend where I could have a family with her. I could have a long life. I have an amazing family. I have so much going on, and I'm just destroying myself. And the people around me don't deserve the worst version of me. They deserve the best version of me. And at the same time, I had a lot of people around me at that time who doubted me, made fun of me, said that I was overweight and said I looked stupid, said I couldn't amount to anything in my life. I had a lot of people, like anybody else, right, who said rude things to me and bad things to me. And I was like, I am running from this point, I had my wall and I had my why. My wall was, I'm running from this wall of people putting me down and saying I can't do it and saying it's never going to work and saying I'm fat and saying, that I'm never going to get a girl and that I'm not, I was just like, I can't live like that. You know what I mean? I can't live knowing that I am going to allow myself to be out of shape and unhappy and all these things. So number one, I was running from that. But number two, my why was being the best version of myself, being alive for my family. I saw myself having a heart attack at 40, 50 years old. And I'm like, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to eat well. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to lose this weight so that I can see my kids' graduation and my kids' wedding and, all this good stuff that's down the road in my future, right? So find your wall. What are you running from, right? And find your why, right? Because the problem was before, when I was trying to lose weight or trying to get better, I didn't have a why. I didn't have a wall. I didn't want to accept that people were going to say what they were going to say, and I had to do something about it. I don't know. It didn't click for me. But when it did, now every single time that I get unmotivated or I don't feel like I could run the next mile or I can't make the next dollar, I think about my wall, I think about my why, and I move forward, right? So find out your wall, find out your why, and start moving forward. The next thing that I want to say to you is consistency, right? If you just do the one thing every single day that's going to help you move your life forward, I promise you will see progress. But you need to find out what that one thing is that's going to move the ball forward for you. Whatever that one thing is, for me, it was running and it was making new real estate contacts every single day, right? And then it turned into those two things and then posting my YouTube every day and posting my marketing every day and doing this and that every day, right? So you got to find those things that are going to move the ball ahead, and you have to do them consistently every single day without fail, right? So consistency and discipline. Use your wall and use your why when you aren't motivated to go out and do the run or post the marketing or make the cold call or whatever. Use your why. Use your wall. Why are you doing this? What's your wall? What are you running from? You know what I mean? And that's helped me a lot personally. The next thing that I want to say is that you, as a young person, right, have way more advantage than anybody else in this world who's 20, 30, 40, 50 years older than you at anything. You could do anything better than them because you're young, so you're brighter, right? You might have less experience, but you can learn faster because your brain is more malleable or whatever you call it. You have more energy. You don't have responsibility. You don't have a mortgage. You don't have kids. You don't have a family. You don't have a house. You don't have, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have all these things. So you can go out there and you could build something. You don't have to worry about responsibility. But at the same time, you're energized. You're happy. Your brain is more malleable. You're young. You have more time, right? Time is an asset that nobody thinks about. Well, the most rich people in the world think about, but everybody else just wastes, right? Every single second that you're not taking action on your dreams and your hopes and your goals and all those things, you are losing that time. You're never going to get that time back, right? But if you're young, you have years ahead of you that the people who are 40, 50, 60 years old, who just, they don't have it, you know, and you have it. So use that time wisely, right? Start something now so that when you're 50 or 60, you could be already retired for 20 years, right? Chilling on your pile of money, right? So that's the other thing that I want to talk about. The last thing that I want to say is failures, right? If you give up every time you fail, or if you're so like victim mentality, right? Every time you fail, your life's going to suck. It really is, because you're constantly going to allow every single failure to just have you give up, or have you never start, or have you not get back to the consistent grind. Okay? I've had times where my one thing that I've carried all the way through since I started this journey was running. I lost 100 and some pounds running. And I've had days where it's like, I don't want to do this. And, you know, I'm always carried out of that by my why and my what and my wall. You know, I'm kind of losing my train of thought here, but yes, you know what I mean? Oh, failures. I've had times where I have not been able to run the full mile or the full 3 miles or the full 5 miles or the full 10 miles, all the way going up to, you know, now running half marathons. So it's like, if every time I failed, if every time I fell face first into the pavement and I was like, you know what, this sucks, I'm not going to run anymore because every time I do it, I fall. And I had this victim mentality of like, I'm going to walk home and this is going to suck. Like, no, I'll pick myself up and I would keep going. Every time it got hard for me to do that run, I would keep going instead of stopping and allowing myself to fail. If there's one piece of advice that I could give you, it's that you don't actually fail until you give up, right? You're just learning. That's all you are doing, is you are just learning. So you cannot fail. You cannot fail until you give up. So don't give up, right? That's the kind of what closes this all out, is that if you're consistent, you don't give up, you learn from your failures, you understand that you're young and you have years and less responsibility and more energy than everybody around you, you can't lose. And you have so much time. So even if you can't figure out what you specifically want to do right now, just start with like getting in the gym consistently. Find yourself there. Start with doing cardio consistently. You know, like, I know it's hard to find out where to start, but once you start doing something consistently, you start to open your eyes to how you can move the ball forward regularly and how you can have these goals that will help you win. Because life is really all about just taking the time that you have, figuring out what the best ROI is on that time, and making it work so that you can have the things that you want in life. At least for me, right? Like, life is different for everybody, and everybody has different goals in life. But if you're young and you want success, realize that you have time, and you need to figure out how to use that time wisely. And even if you don't know what business you want to start, or, you know, what job you want to get, or whatever, just start consistently getting in the gym. Start consistently take care of yourself. Start consistently eating right and taking care of your brain and not doing stupid stuff. You know, the quicker that you could get out of that mentality, the further ahead you're going to be from all of your friends. So hopefully you could get something out of this video. Short one today. Well, I mean, it's 10 minutes, so kind of sort of short one today, but this is super important stuff. You're going to look at this and you're going to say, Max, I know all this, but are you actually taking action on this? Because until you take action on what I've talked about, you really can't say that it doesn't work. You know what I mean? So hopefully this video helped you today. If you're a young person and you're trying to have success and wealth and all the good things in life, I'm 23 years old. I've been able to build something pretty cool for myself. If you want to go have a look at what I do, look up my name on Facebook. My name is Max Salmon. I rent apartments for a living. So really cool, fun stuff. It's a lot of fun. And I just want you to win as well too. So this is kind of my little take of how I've been able to do something cool for myself. And yeah, let me know in the comments if this helped you. Let me know in the comments if this didn't help you. Let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions or recommendations on videos that I could make to help you. Leave a thumbs up if you want to support me, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this every single day about entrepreneurship and business and winning and goals and personal developments and self-development, all that good stuff. I'm here to help you. This YouTube channel is to help you. So subscribe if you want more, and leave a comment down below if this helped you today. Again, thank you to all my day one people out there. I'm going to start like straight up shouting out like names in the comments, because there's a couple people out there who are truly just here and understand the grind and do all their cool stuff out there, and then they come back every single day to watch my videos. So like, I'm just so my razzle is dazzled. Okay, I feel great, and you guys are the reason why I continue to move forward, because you're my why for YouTube, right? I want to help you. And that's the why that I'll continue on with, because the more people that I help, the more that I'll feel like this YouTube channel is getting somewhere, helping people, changing lives, because that's truly the goal of this, is just to take my experiences as a young entrepreneur who's been able to build something for myself and give it to you. Whether you're a young entrepreneur who's already building, I'd love to, collab and chat about what we both do that helps us grow. Or if you're trying to start something, or if you don't know what you want to start and you want to talk about that, or anything along those lines, I'm here for you. I want you to win. I want you to develop and be great. All those things. You deserve it. Go out there, do it. Stop wasting your time. Until next time, thank you so much for watching this video until the end. And thank you to all my day one people so much. I love you.